It's 4 p.m. here in Zimbabwe's capital, Harare. Welcome to ZTN News Blitz. A look at our top stories. International isolation partly to blame for Zim's food situation. Former Nigerian president says stability is key for development. Eritrean editor pelted by eggs and flour in the UK. And in sport, Zimbabwe Warriors move 6 places up the latest FIFA rankings. Zimbabwe's international isolation for the past 2 decades is partly to blame for a number of problems which the country is facing. These problems include this year's drought, which has left more than 7 million people in need of food aid. United Nations Special Rapporteur on the Right to Food, Hilal Elver, said this while presenting her findings after a fact-finding mission in the country.
Good management could have solved, but there is no question the current economic system kind of residue of the last 20 years that country was isolated, and even without the economic sanction, international arena, even you can see the impact of the countries that they are under the sanctions.
The Consumer Council of Zimbabwe says government is dragging its feet in signing the Consumer Protection Bill into law, shortchanging consumers. CCZ Executive Director Rosemary Siachitema said this while her organization has been labeled a toothless bulldog for failing to effectively fight for consumer rights. The bill will empower them. Once signed into law, the bill will make provisions for effective consumer lobbying and pave the way for a social contract. Siachitema said the bill has been waiting presidential assent for months. She spoke to ZTN.
We're not seeing anything that is being done to rescue the consumer, we think the other problem is that where is the Consumer Protection Act? We've been asking for this. We've been told it's been ready to sign, and it's been ready to sign for a couple of months now, and it's already December. We're going to finish another year before we have that in place.
Former Nigerian President Olusegun Obasanjo, who met President Mnangagwa this morning at State House, says political stability is critical for economic development. Obasanjo was leading a delegation from the Brenthurst Foundation, which has indicated that it wants to venture into new investments in Zimbabwe.
Political stability, security, predictability, and all the aspects of fundamental and basic things that must be preconditions for investment and thriving economy.
Police in the UK have detained a pro-Eritrean government activist after he attacked an Eritrean journalist in a London street on Wednesday. Emmanuel Eyasu from pro-opposition Asena TV station had been lured by a contact to supposedly talk about a story and was then attacked by a liquid made of milk, eggs and flour. During the incident, one person was arrested by police while the others escaped. Last year, a similar tactic was used to attack former BBC journalist Martin Plott. Pro-Eritrean government activist Jacob Gebemon was found guilty of assault and fined over that attack. Moving on to sports, the Warriors of Zimbabwe have moved 6 places up in the latest FIFA World Ranking released by the global football governing body today. The Warriors were ranked 117th last month and have now moved to 111th position on the latest rankings. Zimbabwe played a goalless draw against the Zebras of Botswana and beat Zambia's Chipolopolo 2-1 in Lusaka in the month under review. On the continent, Zimbabwe moved up in Africa from 29th to 27th. Belgium remains the highest ranked team in the world, and Senegal is the highest ranked African team on position 20. Still in sports, Zimbabwe's representative in the CAF Champions League, FC Platinum, have said they are going to employ an offensive formation when they face Al Hilal of Sudan in the first game of the group stages tomorrow night. The Zimbabwean champions are in Group B together with 3 North African giants, Al Ahly of Egypt, Etoile du Sahel of Tunisia and Sudan's Al Hilal. Although they are playing away from home, coach Lizwe Sweswe says his team is going to attack in Friday's Group B opener.
We talked about it before we came here. I think the boys know the situation and the condition now. what else can we do? We have to adjust.
And that's all we had for you on ZTN News Blitz. Join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you for watching.